Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen, the owner of Tinks Magical Vacations, and I have one of my senior agents on. Mindy, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Mindy Sheldon. I'm a senior planner with Tinks Magical Vacations. I have been with them since 2012, and my specialty is all things Disney Cruise.
And today we have decided to come on. If you are here and you have heard the news about the announcement this morning about the Disney Treasure, please say hi to us, and hi, Lynn. Ask us any questions you would like. We are just as excited as you are to learn about the all new Disney Treasure. Many of you are sending us DMs and asking us hi, Rochelle, when you can start booking. So Mindy, maybe we'll go over that first, and then we can talk about some of the new lounges and everything on board the Disney Treasure. So Pearl Castaway Club members can begin booking on September 12th. Pearl is 25 or more sailings. If you are a Platinum Castaway Club member, which is 10 or more sailings, September 13th. Gold Castaway Club member is September 14th. And to be gold, you have to have cruised 5 or more times.
Actually, more than 5 times.
More than 5 times.
Yeah.
And Disney Vacation Club members and Adventure by Disney Insiders can book September 18th. And Silver Castaway Club members, 1 or more sailings, can book September 19th. And the general public can now book September 20th. So that's what we know. It is going to be a 20% down deposit. And
non-refundable deposit, which is not normal for Disney Cruise Line.
It is, so that's for the maiden voyage. It would be a non-refundable deposit and everything for the maiden voyage. So that's what we know. We know that the first sailing of the Disney Treasure. Mindy, you want to talk about when the maiden voyage is going to be?
So the maiden voyage, some people are going to be very excited. Some people not so much. It's Christmas week. It's December 21st. If you weren't aware, the Treasure is going to be doing 7-night sailings, Eastern and Western Caribbean. So the first one is going to be on December 21st. And it will be a Christmas sailing. So it's going to be very exciting.
Very exciting. And then the next one would be December 28th, a Western Caribbean sailing out of Port Canaveral. Hi, Casey. Or Cassie, hi. And that would be a New Year's Eve sailing. And then they alternate between Eastern, Western Caribbean sailings out of Port Canaveral. If you're here with us, say hello. We would love to hear from you. We are so excited.
And I think they have dates out through the end of April of 2025. And it's the only ship to even have dates released for 2025 as of right now.
Yeah, through March. Yeah, I'm looking at that. April. Yeah, you are right about that. So hi, Maureen. Hi, Kathy. So we are so excited about all the different things that we were able to see this afternoon about the Disney Treasure.
Yes, what a well-done video that was, wasn't it? It was just very engaging. I didn't realize we were on watching it for half an hour.
I know. Yes, Maureen, it is an Eastern Caribbean, the maiden sailing December 21st.
Yes.
Yep. So we are super excited. If you're interested in a quote, please go to Tinks Magical Vacations and request a quote from us. Our agents will be on first thing that morning, getting our Platinum cruisers, our Pearl cruisers booked the first morning of the 12th. And then, every morning after that. So we have a pretty good system of how we get through very quickly. So if you are interested in any of these newer voyages, these first few sailings, folks, they will sell out. Like, we have no doubt that they will 100%. The maiden voyage will be just like the Wish, and it will sell out.
Always.
So
we've been very successful in the past getting our clients onto the maiden voyages. I have had clients that thought that we would never get them on, and we've been very successful at it. So try your hands with us, because I think we can do a great job.
Yeah. We're pretty good at it. So comment, let us know where you guys are watching from. today. We're going to talk about a little bit of what we saw. I was quite impressed with a lot of what they came up with. You know, Deck 4, the promenade, it's called the Grand Hall. I loved when Captain Minnie came on. What do you think about the Aqua Mouse, Mindy, that it's going to be Curse of the Golden Egg?
That's a really cool theme. It's of course we know it's going to be the same kind of water slide type thing, but the theming is so a part of it. Like, I think it's great. They're keeping the whole thing as if the whole thing's a treasure hunt, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
We just got asked if we could use the placeholder for the maiden voyage, and you cannot. That's a
you cannot.
blackout date
You cannot. There'll be blackout dates, and I would imagine the New Year's one will
as
be
well.
blacked out as well. Somebody
Yeah,
said curious on Maiden and Christmas time, big bucks. I I can tell you I've done a Christmas and a New Year. I'm not done Christmas, but I've done New Year's, and it is a lot more. And I've also done a maiden voyage, and you definitely should expect to pay more. As the
right.
cruises go further into January and things, they typically are less expensive than those first maiden voyage and New Year's Eve
But I
voyages.
but I would expect the treasure ones, the prices are going to be a bit higher than you would expect in
She's so
January
lovely.
because it is the new ship. And yeah, will it be cheaper than Christmas week? I would think absolutely, but it's still going to be higher than you expect it to be because it is the new ship and it's still in its inaugural period. Remember, even if you're not on that first inaugural sailing and you can't get on, when they consider the whole first year the inaugural
No, no.
year. So you may miss out on one or two of the gifts, but you'll still get things that are special to the inaugural year.
And everything they gave us on the Wish was later on available to purchase in the
Right,
store.
right.
So,
So, I wouldn't get
besides the
nervous.
champagne glasses that say Disney Wish on them, everything Maiden Voyage, everything else was readily available as time
Right.
went on.
Yeah. So, if you're not there at the pearl level yet, please don't
Don't panic.
get nervous that you'll get on. You'll get on. You'll be, and it's really important for you to have those gifts that people got on that first sailing. If you really want them, you'll be able to find them.
Yeah, and Lynn just said, can't wait to know what Broadway style shows. It was neat that I thought today that they said that there was going to be a new show coming to the Disney Treasure. So that's exciting. Mindy, I don't know what everybody else got to, but on the travel trade side, when I was invited to the Treasure, did you have a map afterwards you were allowed to click on and explore the ship further?
I did not see that. No, I don't
So
know
I'll
if
tell
other
you some
people
things
got it.
that when I was able to click through the map that they left, for travel agency owners, there's going to be a Jade Cricket Cafe. And I apologize because I'm reading this from my phone. The Jade Cricket Cafe will be inspired by the classic film Mulan and will honor Fa family's lucky cricket key, who will represent a tidy jade sculpture on the bar top. From the central moon gate to the plum blossoms, flowers adorning the walls, symbols of Mulan's strength, beauty, and heritage will be found throughout the cafe. The striking blue walls and glimmering metallic counters will be reminiscent of Mulan's armor. So it sounds like that's going to be maybe like a little coffee cafe or some kind of cafe where you could go get drinks or something like that. So that sounded extremely neat. And they did talk about the Periscope pub. So
Hmm.
that pub looked really neat to go to.
So one thing they didn't talk about was they said there would be another Marvel restaurant, and
Yeah.
we just to let people know, we just got off the Wish. We got off yesterday. Kristen, one of the things that we saw in the Marvel dining room when we were there that I've not seen before was Spider-Man was there. I mean, he was in back of my mother, right? And
Yeah. That's
one of our
new.
agents got a video
Yeah.
of that. So I think those are some hints on things that might be there on the treasure because
And
I've never seen him in the Marvel restaurant before.
right. And Maureen, what about Haunted Mansion? I only saw it on the paper craft in the kids club. Maureen, there is a rumor that hyperspace is going to change to Haunted Mansion. That seemed a very strong rumor this
Hmm.
weekend. on board the Wish. So I think we're just going to have to wait and see. I know there's lots of, further announcements about the treasure, just like they did the Wish, that should be forthcoming very soon. On my little map, when I was able to click after the presentation ended, they did say Mickey and Minnie's Festival of Foods is going to be back. So I don't know if it'll be the same kind of foods as the Wish. And there was also the Rose Bar, and Paulo's Steakhouse was going to stay the same. And Enchante it showed.
Mm-hmm.
It did show too on my map that when I clicked on it, the Hero Zone was still going to be there, similar to the Wish, which we all know is super popular. Quiet Cove Cafe, the theaters. I'm trying to think what else that was different.
So people know, the treasure is expected to be the mirror, just like the Magic and the Wonder are sister ships, and the Dream and the Fantasy are sister ships. The treasure is expected to be a sister ship of the Wish. They will almost be identical as far as how they're set up,
right?
But they will have different theming inside.
Yes. Yep. And then there's going to be a Hey Hey Cafe too.
That should be cute.
Scalloped seashells, reflective blue waters.
They showed us the ice cream store is going to be a different theme.
Yeah. What'd they say? Jumax Sweets, based on like Judy Hobbs was there and everything. The staterooms all looked wonderful. Can we talk about that tower suite? How beautiful did that Tomorrow Tower Suite look to everyone? And I want to say, because we have quite a few people watching, let us know where you're from. And if you book a vacation, Disney cruise with Tink's Magical Vacations that this week during the opening windows, it can be for any time next year, but as long as you book during your Castaway Club or General Public Day, you mentioned that you saw Mindy and I in this live, and you will receive a bottle of wine or a bottle of non-alcoholic champagne complimentary, as well as your generous onboard credit from Tink's Magical Vacations.
Katie, you said you love Hey. My daughter, they in college or at her barn, I don't remember which, they always call my daughter Hey after and I said, you like being called like a chicken?
What about the Bagheera Royal Suites and the Raja Royal Suites? I mean, I'm excited to even see those.
Yeah, they're going to be gorgeous. I mean,
gorgeous.
So one of the things that we find on the Disney Wish, it's a very classy, pretty looking ship. And even though the treasure is going to be an adventure themed ship, I still imagine that it's going to have all the little classy touches to it. It's just, I can't wait for it to come out. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, the whole ship looks wonderful. I love the idea of like searching for a treasure. And those January dates, those I think you will see that the pricing will be.
It should be better than December.
It should be better than the Christmas maiden voyage. That's for sure.
We won't know till they come out. They don't
right until they come out. So again, for those of you just joining us, Pearl can book September 12th, then Platinum September 13th, Gold September 14th. Disney Vacation Clubs and Disney Insiders, September 18th, Silver, September 19th, and the general public, September 20th. Mindy, do you want to remind folks about that maiden voyage and those deposits?
So the maiden voyage is on December 21st. It's in Eastern Caribbean for 7 nights, similar to the same route that the Disney Fantasy used to do or is doing. All deposits are non-refundable. They're at 20% of the cruise cost. They also said final payments for concierge will be due 150 days prior to the sailing, and normal staterooms will be 120 days prior to the sailing.
And travel insurance, anybody who wants travel insurance, regardless whether you're concierge or not, you will need to purchase that through Disney Cruise Line the day you deposit.
As soon as something with Disney Cruise Line, as soon as something is non-refundable, that is the only time they will let you purchase travel insurance. And because normally Disney Cruise Line, unlike a lot of the other ones, will it's always a refundable deposit for a regular type
Not
room.
not a maiden voyage.
It's not in the case of the maiden voyage. So please be cognizant of that so that you don't get stuck later. Of course, there's always the availability of buying cruise insurance outside of Disney Cruise Line, but a lot of people like the feature of getting 75%
Yeah.
back for any reason. So,
But just,
um,
make sure that if you're on that maiden voyage, if you don't take Disney Cruise Line insurance, that you get some kind of protection because that deposit is going to be non-refundable. Thank you for already being on top of this. Thank you, Kathy. Do we suspect we will have different theming similar to the Wish? Yes, Katie.
I would think so.
I would think so. I mean, they already set a new Broadway style show. I love the idea of the Skipper Society. I think that's going to be a huge draw to have people come in for libations and snacks. What do you think he was holding in that video? It looked like almost like a waffle, Mindy, when he
Yeah,
came to the
I don't
snack.
know what that
couldn't
was.
figure out. He definitely had a cocktail, but I wasn't sure what that was. And how about the venue that's going to Periscope Pub? That's based on 20,000 Leagues Under the
That's
Sea.
going to be so cool.
I mean, that's going to be so cool. Disney hasn't done really anything based off of 20,000 Leagues, and that's
probably the pub that's across from the venue where they'll do most of the adult activities and,
yeah,
and
where it's
bingo
Luna.
and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah. I mean, I really thought that, that's the first venue they said ever inspired by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. If Walt was alive today, I mean, he would love that.
That was one of his favorites.
So, good job, Disney Cruise Line, because I think that's going to be spot on. The new Marvel Dining Experience, they did mention Nick Fury. So I think that's going to be super exciting to see. Of course,
I still think you're going to see Spider-Man there because they were throwing some deep hints this weekend. Let me tell you something. He was on the video screens and everything, and I've been there. That's my third time there. I've never seen Spider-Man.
No. So I think we'll see lots of like different Easter eggs type things and like little hints thrown in throughout, the next couple months as they're announcing it. I liked what they said at the end, that the grandmother said, the memories are most important that you make along your journey. And that's true because
Absolutely.
We've always said that here at Tinks, that a family vacation, yes, some of these cruises are costly, but you're investing in long time memories with your loved ones. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've sailed, but you always come back. I mean, last night we just got off the Wish for Labor Day weekend with 110 people, and we were sitting around eating dinner last night, and we were laughing about some of the things that happened and just how much fun it was. So you definitely are creating family and friend lifelong memories.
Family and friends and even meeting. I mean, how about the experience that I had that our concierge lead, he was one of the first concierge that we had in 2010 with Disney Cruise Line, and I haven't seen them since then, and he could tell me exactly what room we were in when we met him the first time. I mean, that was amazing. I mean,
and that's the Disney difference, because other ships may not welcome you as family like Disney does. I mean, the crew, they were just as excited this weekend about this announcement, as we were. They were like, Tuesday they're announcing the Treasure, and so many of them, when we were asking, I mean, Mindy, you guys asked too, are you moving to the Treasure? And they were like, yeah, we're hoping to. We put our name in. So they get just as excited about a new ship coming, because Disney just knows how to do it right. I mean, what about that? The kids clubs, they're still going to have, the kids clubs on Disney are top notch. I mean,
the Star Wars area. Did you see that?
Yeah, that looks similar to the Star Wars area on the Wish, but maybe they'll change it, and a fairy tale hall, all of those things, I think, are kids' favorites.
And they're still going to have the slide. They showed that.
I saw the slide in that Grand Hall there. What about Plaza de Coco dining? Do you think it's going to be like a celebration show or what?
I think it's going to be so much fun. I think the food will be probably Mexican themed, right? So it'll be like a Mexican restaurant, but which they've needed. They've never done a Mexican themed restaurant before. And I think unlike it's the replacement for the Frozen show.
That's what
So
I was thinking.
I think it's going to be fun. You'll probably have a mariachi band there and all that kind of stuff, and maybe there'll be dancing and all that kind of stuff as well. I think that
I think we
it
need to
sounds
get
like it'll be
some
fun.
Mexican clothing to wear there and everything. I think it would be fun how people dress up for 1923 on the Wish. What questions do you guys have? We're so excited. I mean, yes, does she look similar to the Wish? Yes, but I think it's going to be a totally different experience than what you're getting on the Wish. It's definitely, the whole theming adventure is out there, and taking adventure is better with those that we love. Look, Mindy's dog Chip is excited about the treasure as well. What else? What else did you guys see? What if you missed it? Again, the booking window for Pearl opens up September 12th. They're going to alternate Eastern and Western. The maiden voyage is December 21st, and that will be an Eastern Caribbean sailing out of Port Canaveral with 3 days at sea. And it's interesting that that's going to be a 7-day, because look, the Wish, the maiden voyage, was a 5-day. So it's interesting that it's just going to be
Right.
just 7 days as well. But
well, we understand that the treasure is supposed to be taking over the Fantasy's itinerary.
Right.
The Fantasy is going to move down to Fort Lauderdale.
What other questions do you guys have? Again, if you book with Tink's Magical Vacations during that opening week, whenever your day is, make sure that you mention that you saw this live, because you will receive a bottle of wine of your choice or non-alcoholic champagne, as well as a very generous onboard credit. So, and our travel planning services are all free, and we have a pretty good system to get through on those very busy days. Like, it's all hands on deck with our agents. So they're well rested because they just came off our come along sailing. What are the dates again? I'll go over them again. Pearl Castaway Club, 25 sailings or more, is September 12th. Platinum is September 13th, which means 10 or more sailings. Gold Castaway Club member, 5 or more, is September 14th. Disney Vacation Clubs and Adventures by Disney Insiders, which means you've taken 1 or more Adventures by Disney, is September 18th. And September 19th is Silver, which means you've sailed 1 or more times, is September 19th. And the general public is September 20th. And Mindy can tell you a little bit about the restrictions for that maiden voyage, about the deposits.
Yeah, and Maureen was also asking about the insurance. So on that maiden voyage, the deposits are 20% for everybody, but they're non-refundable. So
regardless of the category you book, you could book an inside
right.
or the tower. It's non-refundable for everybody.
Everything's non-refundable. And because they're non-refundable, you will have to purchase travel insurance if you want it at that point in time when you book your cruise and you pay your deposit. Disney's policy is whenever you have a piece of your cruise that's non-refundable, that's when you have to buy your travel insurance. You cannot buy it after you put that deposit down. Now that is just for the maiden voyage.
Yes.
So, and it's, go ahead.
Any future sailings, if you book concierge and you're not on the maiden voyage, you do have to purchase the travel insurance then. Can you go to another supplier and get third-party insurance?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can. But just beware, if you're looking to deposit that maiden voyage, you're going to have to give the deposit plus whatever the cost is for the travel protection through Disney. And if you're going to get it somewhere else, please make sure you contact that supplier immediately, because as soon as you place that deposit, it is going to be refundable regardless of what stateroom you deposit. Do you think the maiden voyage will sell out before it's open to new cruisers?
Probably.
I would say probably, Katie. That is what happened with the Wish, and the fact that it will be a maiden voyage and a holiday sailing, it will sell out very quickly.
If I remember correctly, I think so. I know my platinum customers actually got on. Well, not platinum, some of my gold cruisers actually had the availability of getting rooms on the Wish, but I don't think that it went past gold.
Right.
So
Uh,
it sold out that quickly.
do you think it will go before gold? It's hard to say. A lot of people will
Right.
hold stuff initially, and depending upon what the pricing is. But I do think the pricing is going to be higher than the maiden voyage of the Wish because
It's Christmas.
it's Christmas, and you're not only going to get maiden voyage, but I'm sure the ship is going to be made up for the holidays. Can we use a placeholder on the maiden? No.
No, she said after the maiden. And
New Year's Eve will be blocked out. Yes, New Year's Eve
yes.
is consistently blocked out.
And
So
as far as after that, they have not released when the blackout dates are. So be sure that when we start booking and we know the blackout dates, we will let you know what they are.
we will definitely let you know.
Remember, we're dealing on information that's probably half hour old, so we're trying to get you as much as we can and tell you as much as we know, but it's all new and coming in as we're talking to you.
Good, everyone. Glad to see you both. Thanks for the info. Have a great day, ladies. You too. Have a sparkling day. And I loved the picture you posted of you in the pink dress. You looked beautiful today. So yeah, but those two first sailings, I would suspect would sell out, and definitely be blocked out for placeholders. If you're looking to go, obviously the first year and a half pricing is typically higher. But think about one of those ones a little bit after the New Year's Eve or the maiden voyage, because, the price will be high, but not as high as it will be for those first two.
And think about time of the year. Like since they have them out through the spring, if you book Easter break, Easter break is going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same way that all Disney cruises are, depending on demand and the time of the year. It's going to be, the price is going to vary. Like Disney traditionally is lower the beginning of February and January. So we're hoping these are a little bit lower too. But again, we don't know till they come out.
Right. We won't know until.
And remember, pricing is always going to be cheaper when they release it. It's only going to go up from here. It will. Disney's model is, as the ships fill, the prices go up. Right. It's not like some of the other cruise lines that they'll give you this special at the end. The only time you'll see any time of special or discounts on rooms is if they have a ship that's not full. And that's not going to happen in the first year on the Treasure.
We were on the Wish this past weekend, a year and 2
full.
months. It was completely full. There was nothing. Everything was completely full. So, my family personally, because we don't want to be away from home for Christmas, we're thinking January sometime.
We are as well, because I don't usually sail over Christmas either. So
right. So we're thinking a January sailing, but the Wish was sold out every sailing. Yeah, the Wish, Kathy's saying the Wish is sold out every sailing. It really is. So I anticipate that the Treasure is going to be just as popular. Everybody wants to see her as soon as they can.
And for me personally, the nice part of the Treasure is I like that the first Wish cruise was 5 days, and that I thought that was a perfect amount. Krista and I were discussing this morning. I thought it was a perfect amount of time. I just got off a 3-day Wish, and I felt like I had just started getting relaxed, and I had to get off. So this one's a 7-nighter, so there's no excuse. You just get you to see the whole ship, to experience everything they're going to have for you.
And I feel like with 7 nights, if there's 3 dining rooms, then you could still experience Palo or Enchante, things like that.
Right.
So, I think it's just going to be great. I'm excited that they released all the dates so people have time. I mean, it's only September 5th, so you have time until the September 12th comes. So you have a week to look things over and, get in touch with your Tinks vacation planner and get them your Castaway Club numbers, dates of birth, and everything so they can be online.
And if you're not sure, give us a couple of dates. We'll check out the pricing for you. I would recommend, though, if you have dates in mind, have your travel planner hold something for you, because sometimes I have found in the past with releases, I have clients that'll come to me. I want one of these 3 dates, price them all out, don't hold me anything. And then when I go back to hold, they pick when
Gone.
I hold it, either the price has changed or the rooms are gone.
Right.
So have something in mind to hold at the very least.
Right.
The holds are 3 days. Actually, on the maiden, that's another difference in the maiden. 24-hour hold, or is
Yep.
it the end of that day?
I think it's 24 hours we had.
Right.
Mindy makes cruising so easy. Love her, so responsive. Oh, Andrea, that's
Thank
so
you,
sweet.
Andrea.
We love that. We love that. So yeah, what other questions? And remember, you book with us any of these dates that they have out for the treasure during the first week, we are going to offer you a special in-state room gift and a very generous onboard credit. Someone just sent me a text and said, if I had to pick one, which is better, Eastern or Western? My family prefers the St. Thomas, the Eastern, and Tortola. But that's just our preference because I think because like my husband and I honeymooned in St. Thomas and stuff, so that holds a special place in our hearts. Any of them are great islands to go visit. There's going to be something
Right.
for you guys to do everywhere. So, pick where maybe you haven't visited before or where you visited before and you know what you want to do.
Yeah, because on the Western, you get to go to Grand Cayman and Jamaica.
And Jamaica.
Jamaica, I have not been to
But
in
Grand Cayman is
forever.
beautiful.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, Grand Cayman is gorgeous. And they have a town there called Hell that when my kids were younger, we just want to see, well, what does hell look like, right? The reason it's called that, I think it's volcanic. There's a lot of black areas, and I think it's volcanic. I don't know what it's called. Lava, like hard lava. It was cool to see. It was a cool place to see. And they have that 7 Mile beach that's gorgeous.
We've been there. That is beautiful.
So yeah, there's pros and cons to either. It depends.
Katie just said they love the Western. I mean, right. Grand Cayman. And all of these for the treasure are going to stop at Castaway. So you still get, the best of the best.
And who knows if it's Castaway or Lighthouse Point? They haven't told us that yet.
Well, it does say on these Castaway.
I didn't see it.
That we saw.
I mean, that's also a possibility that some of their cruises might stop at, who knows, eventually.
Right. Any other questions?
Yeah, because by the time the treasure comes out, Lighthouse Point will be open.
Yeah.
It's coming out 2024. So.
And Lynn says
Eastern is her favorite because of the extra sea day. That's a plus.
That is a plus, especially for the new ship.
Hardcore Disney cruisers love sea days because there's so much to do on a Disney cruise. What's a popular thing to do? Lynn and I both love this. Bingo. Lots of bingo games with more sea days.
Yeah.
Although I haven't played in a while, so I didn't have time on this last cruise.
Kudos to them that, it's going to be 7 nights because I think this will be great. There is a 7-night Eastern with Tortola and San Juan, Puerto Rico as well. So, and that one's February 1st to March 29th. So that's a little bit different. In Port Canaveral, you can always tack on Disney World, Disney Cruise, both to it. So
about an hour and 10 apart. Right.
And, we can add transfers for you from Orlando International Airport, get you the pre-night at the Hyatt. If you're going to come in those winter months and you're coming from somewhere up north, make sure that you add a pre-night. Come in the day before. Even if you're not up north, I mean, the hurricane last week, knock on wood, everybody got in, but it was a stressful few days of people worrying if they were going to come in or not. So always recommend coming in the day before.
Agreed.
Definitely. So we'll keep doing these lives as we know more and more that come in from, Disney Cruise Line and everything else, because I'm sure they're going to keep giving us little teasers throughout and everything. What do you think about the sweet treats, Mindy? What kind? Do you think it'll still be ice cream and gelato and things like that on the trip?
I think so. I think it'll be something similar. I think if Disney's consistent about anything when they have sister ships, they're pretty much the same. It's just kind of the theming that's different. And on this one, I don't know. So the Wish is princess. The whole ship is princesses. Like it's Cinderella is the main theme, but every floor is themed by a different princess. I'm excited to see what the themes by every floor are on this one
Yeah.
because they have so much to pick for if they go with like adventure and treasure. They have so many films and characters that they can make work for that. So it'll be exciting to see what they pick.
And I was just looking at the pictures of the stateroom, and they do have the little runner across the bed, like it says on the wish that it does say treasure at the bottom of the bed. So I like the coloring, and I think it's going to be just amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and one of the nice things is when Kristen and I both had the opportunity to be on the inaugural for the Wish. One thing that Disney does well is they had a lot of their executives on that ship,
Yeah,
and they were talking to us to ask
asking for
us
feedback.
what we liked, what we didn't like. Now, structurally, they had already started building the ship, and it was pretty far along. So structurally, they really couldn't change anything. But there were, nuances that we would tell them, hey, maybe if you did X, Y, and Z, might work a little better than this. And I've been told that some of those have been taken into account and kind of changed on this ship. So it'll be neat to see if they took some of our feedback and put it in. And I know they have on the Wish already. Like our big issue was the elevator buttons. You used to lean on those elevator buttons and they'd all press. They fixed them. They changed them.
Yep.
So Disney is always listening. They're always looking for feedback, and they always have people on the ship that you don't realize that are there kind of listening. Like on our cruise, we had the VP of Disney Cruise Line. He may have been on vacation, but he was there talking to people the whole
It was
time.
talking to everybody. So I just got an alert from Twitter that people are saying this is treasure related, but in reference to the maiden voyage date. People are like, why are they doing it over Christmas? I don't
I
know
don't know.
why they're doing it, but if you can't make it, honestly, we did the maiden voyage of the Wish, but the merch and everything was still available. We just got the opportunity to pre-order it. So I wouldn't worry.
I wouldn't go crazy. Yeah. And
No.
also think of it this way. So I think the opening of the treasure will be better than the opening of the Wish because they have a ship that is pretty much designed close. So they have a lot of staff that if they move over is used to the design of the Wish. So they just go into the treasure and it's pretty much similar. Um, the Wish was a little bit of a rough start. I mean,
Yeah.
dining was almost there, but not quite. Well, like our first dining dinner didn't. We had late dining dinner didn't end till 11 o'clock because they were just getting used to the
And
routine.
that's to be
So
expected, like anything new. They
right,
got to work out the
anything
pace.
new.
But
So yeah, you're gonna see that it's gonna be. I believe it'll be smoother on the treasure because they've done this before in this type of ship, but there's always quirks to work out in the first couple of sailings. So if you can't get on them or you choose not to because it's Christmas, I wouldn't fret about it. I would be like, okay, I'll just do another one in the inaugural year. I think you'll have a great experience either way.
right. So, as more information comes out, we will definitely be keeping you guys informed as well, as our agents and everything. But this is super exciting. I mean, December 2024 will be here before we know it. What other questions do you guys have? We will do our best to answer them. I love using Disney transportation. Yes, it is super convenient, and you do get to the port earlier than if you just put in for your own port arrival time. Any other questions? We are super excited about the Disney Treasures. I know you are, and look forward to be able to book your Disney Cruise Line vacations.
Yeah, feel free to send us any questions you have before that.
Yeah.
Any of our agents will be willing to help you out and tell you whatever they know. And yeah, contact us soon because I think those lists are going to be long. You want to get as far up on that list as you can.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of, I'll try and post the link here, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to click on it, but I will show. I don't think you can click on it.
You
So,
can copy and paste it into your browser, though.
yeah, somebody can copy and paste it. We have a form you
Can you
can
put
fill
it in
out.
the comments area?
Let me see about that. Maybe I can do that. I think I can. Go to comments. Put it right here. There you go. You might be able to click that. If you can't, again, we are going to be sending out an e-blast to all of our existing clients, as well as posting how you can get in touch with us all over social media. So you can always go to tinksmagicalvacations.com. And let me tell you, our agents are standing by, to get you on their list and, be ready to get you booked and everything. Be sure you mention with the agent that you're working with that you saw this live so you can get your free bottle of wine or non-alcoholic champagne. Any other questions? The link in the comment works. Yay. Thank you, Mindy. Idea. Awesome. So, let us know. Feel free to send us an email at info@tinksmagicalvacations.com. What my daughter is obsessed with Mulan, hoping for a Mulan themed room. Walking through the Golden Cricket will be fun. Yeah, I can't wait to see because, like on the Wish, every floor is a different theme. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be back live again tonight at 7 p.m. to answer any questions. So, if as the day goes on, more information is released or anything, feel free to reach out, watch it again, and thank you for all of your support. Tinks would not be what we are today without all of our wonderful agents and our clients. You guys really are part of our family, and we're super happy to be able to help you and bring you this exciting news about the Disney Treasure. Mindy, bye.
Bye.